What is going on with the Raiders and the move to Vegas?
Yeah, how do you say kaput in Mexican? I don't know, in Spanish. Yeah, I'll put it to you this way. Sheldon Adelson is a shark. He is a piranha. He is a predator. He does deals to continue to make money and do things that are going to benefit him. When Mark Davis, who I'm not going to say that he's Nemo or Dory, but he's, you know, maybe he's a dolphin, I don't know, and I guess sharks don't eat dolphins. But if that's who you're walking down the aisle with, and that's who you're putting basically your future of your franchise in and saying, yeah, this guy's going to give me $650 million, and he's going to also be the person to construct this for me, to develop it, to make sure boots on the ground it gets built in Vegas. And then you go and say, yeah, and I just want to pay $1 a year for this stadium that you and the league are building me, and I kind of want it on my terms. And you don't play nice with him all the way. He very well may leave you holding the bag, and that's what happened here. That's the situation. You know, Mark Davis brought the franchise to the table. He brought nothing else. He brought no business acumen. He brought no marketing acumen. He brought no experience constructing stadiums, and he brought no money. So he's not going to Vegas.
What about Goldman Sachs? Is their involvement contingent on Adelson's involvement?
They're saying we're no longer involved, and that whatever Mark thinks we may have had in agreement, our interest was going into a project that Adelson was going to be overseeing because he's the guy who builds casinos in Vegas. He's the connected guy there. He's the person who we know if there's overruns, if things aren't getting done, if you need a fixer, it's Adelson. Mark Davis, what's he gonna do?
No.
You know, he has no experience doing any of that. So yeah, it might be a good deal for Goldman Sachs if Adelson, even without the money, was still involved in some degree to actually build the structure. And who's gonna come in there now, Adam, and say, okay, so Adelson's a pretty powerful guy, and he kind of had this deal with Mark Davis, and now he's on the sidelines, and he owns the newspaper in town, and he's one of the most powerful guys in the state, and he's against the deal, right? Who, like, I mean, they've got people like Steve Wynn, I guess you've got Ed Roski, but are they going to step in that climate and now try to bail Mark Davis out?
Well, and I love the way you started it. You said kaputs, and then you backed it up, and you had a great read today on CBSSports.com articulating a lot of the points that you're making here. Mark Davis wants to move to Vegas. So, and he clearly does not want to stay in Oakland. So what's next?
I was talking to somebody from a high-ranking official from a team right before I came on here, a few minutes before, and he said how long before he calls San Antonio again. I mean, it's a leverage play. I don't think the NFL has any interest in going in San Antonio, but is that a way to start to try to save face or create some alternative leverage now? Because the Bay Area, Oakland, if you're a city council person there who feels like a stadium would be good for your municipality, if you're Ronnie Lott and the Fortress Group, you might be sitting there saying, you know, he's going to have to come to the table with us.
He has to.
Does he want to just keep going year after year after year in this not up-to-date facility where there's sewage leaks and everything else? Like, what is his end game? And let's look at it from a football perspective. He knows Derek Carr, Khalil Mack, these guys have to be paid. He was looking at 2019 when he starts reaping the rewards of the stadium and saying, I can do these deals now even though I'm not that deep-pocketed because I'm getting these revenues. Well, that's gone. So some people will say, oh, there's no deal in Oakland. I continue to hear Ronnie Lott will finance $300 million. The league will give him $300 million to stay in California. He has to come up with $300 million, and you've got a stadium. Now, remember, there's no relocation fee, and he gets $100 million more to stay in California through the G4 League funding than he would if he left. So I think Oakland is, I don't know if viable is too strong of a word, but it certainly bears further evaluation now, and the league office is sitting back, and this is their dream come true.
Oh, for them,
he created Vegas, and Vegas is a boogeyman out there we can use in the future. But Mark's not going there, and he may have to go back to Oakland with his pants between his legs. And so if he can't build it, well, we know plenty of people who would buy that team and build it. So what's it going to be, Mark? Are you going to sell a stake? What are you going to do? I mean, he's going to be pressured in a lot of different ways now.